Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tabor Talk September 1st. Oh my God. September, the Yanks are out of the playoff hunt, mathematically still in, but of course they're out. Kind of weird and sad that, it's September 1st and you're trying to play spoiler or whatever. The Yanks are playing Houston tonight with Bader gone. Josh Donaldson, they DFA'd, and they're bringing up Austin Wells and the Martian, Jason Dominguez. So I'm very excited about that. And I'm excited about football season next week. When your team, the Yankees, stink, So my team is the Cowboys, by the way. And on Sunday night, September 10th, the Cowboys are playing. Anyway, enough about sports. I have another channel for that. So Mitch McConnell seized up again. He is not doing well at all. Basically, you really look at him, he is dying. I mean, is he 84? I don't know what it is. I think he's 84 years old. He has been in the Senate forever, like back to the 80s. I think actually like 84. So, terrible person, terrible human being. But he's a human being. I don't like to see that for anyone. Literally my worst enemy. It's sad. It really is sad. I mean, when you think about, I hear like, this guy's a monster. He's a terrible person. The pain and suffering this guy has caused, healthcare and all this, like, not a nice person. Wouldn't give a shit about you. But nevertheless, we have to be better than them. Okay, so if you're the right wingers, you mock, and when Fetterman from Pennsylvania laughing, oh, he had a stroke. We're supposed to be better than that. I'm not saying do the Hillary thing, when they go low, you go high. I'm not saying that. I'm totally for hitting him hard. Hit him where it hurts. Fight back. Go low. If you want to call Trump a fat slob or whatever. But this, I don't know. That comes to my point here. Listening to the Leftist Mafia, I like it. I listen to most of it every Thursday. The guys are kind of younger. I think they're probably millennials, but they're kind of young, and some information here and there, but I'm kind of whatever. But here it is, Mike Figueredo, what's his name, Matt Binder, and the other guy, David Dole, kind of, especially Mike Figueredo, sorry, from the Humanist Report. I can't relate to this man. I don't know, like the Schadenfreude, I sort of get, but for me, it's compassion, whoever it is, unless, of course, you're like a Ted Bundy serial killer. Like, even when stupid Trump got COVID, I don't want to go through that again, but you know what I mean. Okay, watch this, and then I'll comment.
Oh, yes.
He was on 1% again.
Yeah. I was watching this.
Are we going to play that?
Yeah, we can play it. I was really frustrated seeing the news articles about this and, like, the reporting on this, because it's like, well, it could be this, he could have this. I was like, he's dying. He's 1,000 years old. Do we really need to talk about it this much? I mean, it's obvious. He is literally dying in front of all of us. That's what we're seeing.
He's disconnecting. Yeah, he's definitely glitching out.
Like, he looks emaciated. Like, he looks like he's been dead for years. I mean, this isn't surprising.
Aren't we all dying though in real time? I mean,
yeah, slowly. That's the human experience.
Not as obviously as this man is. So, and one of the most amazing parts about this is the question he's asked right before he.
Right.
He's running for re-election.
Yeah.
Running for re-election in 2026.
Please do.
Did you hear the question, Senator? Running for re-election in 2026? All right, I'm sorry, you already.
What's confusing to me is that he responded to her with yes.
He said yes?
He said yes to her.
Did he?
Like, he heard the question.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Here.
Did you hear it in 2026?
Oh, okay.
Right. Yeah,
Wow.
it looks like he goes, yep.
He dropped that
All right,
lip.
I'm sorry,
He looks
y'all,
like
wait a minute.
it was a struggle for him to say yeah.
Yeah, It was a struggle. I mean, like, maybe that's
I
why
don't
he couldn't say anything else. But like, he's just.
You guys, this is honestly sad.
Like this reminds me of.
I
This
actually
reminds me
don't
of my
find it
grandma.
sad if
Like
I'm being honest.
this reminds me of my grandma. Like shortly before she died. Like this is what. No, like look. So in my I covered this and in my video I discussed like obviously he's a terrible person. Like what his impact on society is horrible. But just like watching him, this moment happen. I feel empathy in the sense that I feel anyone who's in that position, who's that old, suffering like that. Like it reminds me of people I've known that have gone through this.
Yes.
And it's like, it's not necessarily like, I don't want to feel empathy for Mitch McConnell because he's not a good person. But it's just, anyone going through this, I feel like, what if it was, my grandmother, or what if it was like me? Like that's kind of
He's
what it is.
dying in front of us.
You'll never get
I
in the
might
opposite
be a
direction, though,
sociopath or a bad
I
person.
know, but that doesn't mean I should
as
be like
somebody
those
with
people.
a dead grandma who
not
died
saying
like
you should,
recently.
but-
I see that and I just like it puts a smile on my face. Am I weird? Is something wrong with me? Am I broken?
No,
Because
I don't think
it makes me genuinely happy to see him die. Is
He's not a
that?
good
I
person.
mean,
I'm not bothered by Pete. No, I'm not bothered by
prefer
other people
not-
feeling
I
that
pref-
way, but yeah.
I prefer just not to have any real feelings about it. I mean, the guy
Oh,
is a horrible
I mean, look,
person.
any
Hasn't
I'm gonna take what I can
hasn't,
get. That's
I mean,
Mike.
whatever happens to him,
I
it
shouldn't
happens
admit
to
this.
him. That's my feelings on the matter. I mean, he's someone who would not have be empathetic in someone else's situation. In fact, he would already be strategizing about the political implications of what this means for the party,
Yes.
or in
course.
Congress. Like
The
this
guy
dude
was
would be.
Machiavellian in his
This
prime.
dude was a vulture. He would be right
Yeah.
on top of this, like no tomorrow. So I
Not
mean,
to mention
How
he
many
has
Americans have
healthcare.
worse healthcare?
in the,
Yeah,
in the
he
mo-
has
right.
healthcare and many don't. Like
Yeah.
So
Because
in the
of
more
him.
general sense, do I feel bad for him? No. Do I wish for anything to happen? I mean, I don't have to wish for anything. It seems like it's just
It's
going
already happening.
It's happening. It's giving karma.
You can't help it, Binda. You can't help it.
So, I mean,
I
my
know
feeling-
your true nature.
My
You're like,
feeling on the
like,
matter is just
you're
whatever
just-
happens, happens.
Yeah.
See, I'm
Like,
so much. I'm
this is
so
the-
much more cynical than that. Like, it's not just that it's like, oh, he's dying and that gives me pleasure. It's like, how much is he suffering though? Like, I want to. Hopefully, it's a lot. I mean, I'm sorry. I have to. That's on my heart right now. Okay. When I found out about this before I watched the clip and I just heard about it, I'm like, nice. Okay. Let's get some more of these moments. Fuck him. I hope he dies.
This
That's
is like
painful.
this is like the second time we've seen it, and it's the same thing though. It's like he's freezing in the moment, and as soon as they ask him about re-election or something, it's like it triggers something in him. That man is tired. He first of all, he's been sitting.
He's some-
Somebody, I think Dan from the internet had posted and said he's been seated longer than the inception of Mario.
he's been there
was
since
it?
84.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Right.
That is longer
Yes.
than Mario. I didn't know that.
Yes.
Yes. So
Were any
It's
of it
insane. It's completely insane that he's still in that same seat.
yeah, so nobody has, and he's never thought to change how he views things. I think he still thinks in that 1984 way, and full of racism, full of like just
Like an 1884
very
way, if we're being
capitalistic.
honest.
Right? It's giving 1774, but
Yeah,
it's very vintage. He's never tried to change or update his thought process, and he's been seated here. So there's nothing that he didn't need to do anything. People keep voting him in. He has that. He's grandfathered in the system. He has that respect. But there is nothing I can say that Mitch McConnell has done that has been so significant after being seated so long. But he's hurt a lot of people. Now that's significant.
Oh, yeah.
He's hurt a lot of people. He's taken away a lot of opportunities for people. And to watch it, I don't like to see people like in this state. Like now, there are a lot of memes that I can't lie. I did.
Well,
Kiki.
I don't know about not like. I mean, what state?
It's so crazy.
I think there's a spectrum, right? There's my response, and then there's the more human response with Rebecca and David. But for me, here's this to defend myself. a little bit.
I do want to say I have no
That
problem.
response
I don't think
was good. He says, Matt, you say you don't
don't
have
really-
a feeling.
like, I have no-
but
like,
it's
I
giving
think
a
that-
feeling.
my feeling is the guy shouldn't be in office. That's the general feeling.
Yeah,
I don't care.
okay, so we can
I
all.
don't care.
Yeah, I
I
think
don't
we can
care
all
what
agree on
happens
that.
to him.
Same with
You
Dianne Feinstein. Everyone else who's just not sentient right now. They're not aware of their surroundings. Like they should be fucking not.
I don't care what happens to him
At the
either
highest-
way. I think it's totally I think when I mean, when terrible people die, you could certainly celebrate. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
I guess the issue is when they're
Oh, I do.
alive and suffering through whatever. I just prefer not to have any feelings about it because who cares? Let
That's fair.
It'll
I'm-
run its course.
What-
It'll run
what-
its course.
Well, to each
Somebody
their
said
own.
Mitch
I'm
McConnell.
gonna take the W, not the L. I'm gonna take the W where I can find it. And here's what I'll say. Okay, to defend myself, this is really
Yeah, not
important.
the L.
Anytime you are feeling a sense of Schadenfreude at a bad person, and you're not sure, like, are they that bad of a person? Just do what I call the Henry Kissinger test, where it's like, okay, if this were Henry Kissinger, would it be bad to feel this way? It's like, no, I don't. This man has the blood of so many people on his hands. Fuck him. I don't care if he dies. And it's not just that I don't care. Like, it's not just ambivalence. Like, it's a joy that his death is a sense of, like, justice for all the pain and suffering that he caused. I mean, because of Mitch McConnell, people die due to his wars. People are dying due to a lack of health insurance. So it's not just that it's like, oh, yeah, it's from a human standpoint, you see him suffering. For me, he's such an evil person that I've dehumanized him to the point where I can't even see the humanity in him. He is he's evil. And honestly, like, just that right there, it's not just satisfactory, but like if he like froze and like fell over and like split his head open, I would smile. I'm not gonna lie, I would smile.
Listen, I think